Scotty Rudds here for day 3 of the Aintree Grand National meeting. I just want to say thank you to the Cheltenham Exchange team. I've really enjoyed myself this week. Thanks for having me. Bit of a tough week, but hopefully we'll get some winners today. So the first race is the 225 Mersey Novices Hurdle Grade 1. A horse who's just come out of Cheltenham, finishing second to Sir Gerhard. That's the second time he's finished behind him this season. And he's had 3 Grade 1 races, 3 seconds. Hopefully this will be his time. 3 Stripe Life. Favourites chance, still think he's quite unexposed at the trip, and I just think this bit of better ground he'll get today and the galloping track will suit him. I think the big run at Aintree is going to play really to his strengths. Walking on air I respect, good risk at all, I think on the up curve as well, but I just think this is the one for 3 Stripe Life. My second selection is in the 4:15, the Betway Handicap Chase. Not a real bold selection this, but it's one that I'm going to take a chance on for just the bare form of last year, and that's Espoir de Remay, top weight for Kim Bailey and David Bass. He ran an absolute cracker in the Novices Chase here last year when he was really looking close to challenging Chantry House. He could have won, we'll never know, when he fell. He's reopposing a horse in this race today, Sham Blue, who he has to give £7 to. But the 32-length Sham Blue finished behind Chantry House last year would give Espoir de Remay a chance on his best form. I think his last run at Kelso when he was a beaten favourite, I think he's better than that. And I do think he's an each-way poke in the race. And my last selection is in the bigger one itself, a horse who I have grown absolutely fond to in the Grand National, Fiddler on the Roof. Come on, Team Tizard, this is the one for Fiddler on the Roof. Every single time I watch this horse run, he just looks like he's crying out for an extra bit of distance. Second in the Ladbrokes Trophy, formerly the Hennessy. He ran a good race to win a graduation earlier in the season. Slightly disappointed me in Ascot with his weak finishing when he came second to Fortescue, who he'll reoppose again today in the big race. I'm cheering for Fiddler on the Roof when everything else has cried off. Come on, the Fiddler!
So my 3 for Saturday, the big race day of the year at Aintree, really, at the Grand National meeting. I'm not going to tip one up in the Grand National, but I'm going to tip one up in the opener as I have done the last couple of days. And it is I Like the Way You're Thinking for Gavin Cromwell. Mark Walsh takes the ride. He ran in the Martin Pipe. He was a bit unlucky early in the stages in that. I did think he was off an okay mark in that particular race. So the fact that he's down £1 in here and stepping up to 3 mile, which I think he does need. He showed that when getting his chasing career off to a good start at the beginning of the season. I think the race is made up for him. So at 16 to 1, I think he's a good bit of value. So that's my selection in the opener. Another Gavin Cromwell horse I'll be tipping up in the 3:35. The Liverpool Hurdle is Florin Porter. Just much the best horse in this division. I think 7 to 4 still represents some value. So Florin Porter for me. And then the last selection is in the 4:15. It's Sham Blue. I think it's there for all to see. 148 underestimates this horse. He was never fully wound up for Cheltenham. The reason they didn't enter him in any handicaps is purely for the fact that if he'd have run in there, he probably still could have gone quite well despite not being fully fit. And maybe needing the run, maybe needing the experience, the confidence booster after that fall in the Charlie Hall. But make no mistake, they would have had this race earmarked for him. They wanted to win a handicap with him. There's no point wasting that mark. Skelton would not waste a handicap mark by trying to win a Grade 1. Sham Blue wins. 5 to 2 may be skinny enough for some people. I think he might drift out. But hopefully there's a couple of winners for you on the final day. Be lucky.
Hi, this is John here from the Cheltenham Exchange with 3 selections on Aintree Grand National Day. My first selection is remastered each way in the EFT Construction Handicap Hurdle at 145. He is ultra consistent and back on a handy mark over hurdles and is sure to go well here. My second selection is L.A. Bell in the Betway Mersey Novices Hurdle. She missed Cheltenham, but last time out beat Gentleman at Arms, who finished second in the Sefton Hurdle today, and she will also be getting the £7 mare's allowance in this hot-looking race. My third and final selection comes in the Aintree Grand National and is Eclair Surf. She is squeezed in at the bottom of the weights and this trip looks ideal for her. The last day she finished just behind Scottish National winner Win My Wings in the Ida Chase, giving him £11. Good luck all, especially in the big race.
Hi, this is Jamie Wren of Cheltenham. Hope you all had a great week. It's National Day, folks, and hope you all very lucky in the famous race. My 3 selections with a Grand National pick for Saturday is first the 225. I'm obviously number 1 fan of 3 Stripe Life. He's top rated 150, but I think he had a hard race at Cheltenham, especially on the ground. Walking on air doesn't do it for me. The former shall we have one more? I like good risk at all, but I'm going to take a chance on the Cheddar Hurdle winner here, 9-1 each way. Stage star for Paul Nicholls. Crying out, a bit too keen in the Ballymore, crying out for good ground, and I think he's worth a bet. 9-1 to 225. Then at the 4:15, obviously the best British handicap horse I think in Britain is Shan Blue off 148 in the 3 mile handicap chase. If he can't win here, I give up on him, to be honest with you, and he's my nap of the day at 4:15 is Shan Blue. And then we go all the way down to the 6:20 for my last probably win each way bet of the whole meeting. It would be Henry II of Paul Nicholls in the bumper. If you look back at his list of bumper winning at Ascot, he beat Authorised Speed. Authorised Speed was 5th in the bumper. Now, it has to be good form, because if you think next year Fast Side Vega, American Mike, James's Gate and Seabank Bistro will be up there in the novice hurdles next year, you have to give Henry II a chance, and I will go with him in the 6:20. As for the National, I backed any second now last year after he got hampered. Straight after the race, he was 25-1. I have him back. But I came down on my second pick would be Enjoy Dallin for Kieran Murphy, I think is the trainer. Bought by JP McManus. 3rd last year in the Irish National. Trotting around all year. He's been bought to win the National. He's about 14-1. And I think he'll be my pick in the Grand National. Good luck, folks. And thanks to everyone, the lads and all the Cheltenham Exchange. Good luck.
Hello everyone, Ian here from the Cheltenham Exchange. Here are my day 3 picks for the Aintree Grand National Festival. My first pick is the 145 and it's St. Drew. Recent change of yard from Elliott's to Crawford's. St. Drew has big match experience in running at the Cheltenham and Punchestown festivals in 2021. Recent runs at Kelso have been encouraging over 2 mile 5, and at only 6 years old and with Ben Bromley taking 7 off, this could have a great chance each way at 22-1. In the 225, I'm going to go with LA Bell. With the back form and John Bond in their last race in December and John Bond winning yesterday, I feel this is a major factor. LA Bell went on to win her return race at Huntingdon, beating Gentleman at Arms, who also ran a cracking race yesterday. With the mare's allowance and ground to suit, 8-1 is a great price. Finally, my final pick is in the 335, and I'm going to pick Time Hill. So then in a different season with the poor run in France, but encouraging runs behind Champ at Ascot in December, and the second behind Florian Porte in the Stayers Hurdle. Time Hill won this race last year, and if he has a cracking chance again with the better ground to suit, and at 5-2, it's definitely worth a shot. Good luck everyone, especially with the Grand National, and remember, if you can't be good, be safe.
Hi, it's Deck from the USO podcast, and I have 3 selections from Aintree for the Cheltenham Exchange. My first selection comes in the Mersey Novices Hurdle, and that's Nell's Son. Nell's Son was crying out for further when behind John Bond at Haydock earlier this season. He was stepped up in trip at Kelso, and he ran North Lodge down late. I know he's a 7-year-old, but there's a good chance he's still improving as he lightly enough raced, and at 20-1 he could go close. My second selection comes in the Liverpool Hurdle. A lot of these horses have either ran at Haydock on unraceable ground or went to the Cheltenham Festival. Roy Madge has won an awful lot of money in France, winning 7 chases in 1 hurdle. He made his Irish debut in the Red Mills trial before winning over fences at Down Royal. 100-1 is way too big to ignore against horses who could be still feeling previous runs. My final selection comes in the big one, the Grand National. Freewheeling Dylan was last year's Irish National winner and has all the attributes to win a modern Aintree National. He travels up at the pace, he jumps for fun and he stays all day. If he enjoys himself, he's bound to go close and he's available at 50-1.